Need some help?
How do you feel about travelling with me?
It's been a long time since I've had someone I knew I could trust. Longer still since I could call them friend. I'm glad I can fight alongside you.
Can you pack up the campsite?
Sure thing.
No need to worry. Any cut purse tries to snatch away your coin, I'll take their hand myself for a trophy.
That's my girl.
You've got nothing on the Dragonborn!
Good job.
Skyrim is a wild and fierce land. There is beauty here as well, though.
That's close enough.
Come here, do you?
Bitch. That cave could make good shelter, provided we clear out whatever's inside.
Oh, it's fucking freezing.
How did they find us? What a fight! Just trying to imagine how it was.
Getting why he's sleeping.
I'm warning you, back off! That's close enough. That's close enough. That's close enough. Back off!
Let's do this. Says the idiot right. You little shit! Let's see what else is around. We should look for game while we're out here. Good riddance.
What do you want?
Journal. A dying man's last thoughts. Well, after all my years living in these woods, it looks like the rock front will finally be the end of me. I guess that's fine. All my friends are long dead. The only one left is poor Meeko. He was always a loyal companion, and I know he'll be able to take care of himself. I hope someday I'll see him again.
What's wrong, boy? Do you want to come with me? Come on, you can follow me if you want.
poor mutt. Been out here all on your own a while, eh? Fine, I hate the waiting. For God's damn waiting.
Welcome to the Villamere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know. If I were you, I'd keep away from the Barrow on the east side of town. It's haunted.
Good dog. Tell me more about the Barrow.
There ain't much more to tell. They're haunted, and you should stay away. Look, I've seen one of the spirits with my very own eyes. When it glared at me, I swear it burned right through my soul.
Do the spirits haunt your town as well?
Fortunately, they seem to be sticking to the Barrow. I think they're guarding it. Certainly isn't helping my business any. Who'd want to rent a room anywhere near a haunted Barrow?
I could investigate for you.
If you think there's anything you can do, be my guest.
Has anyone ever explored the Barrow?
About a year or two ago, some fella named Windelius came through. Said he was some kind of a treasure hunter. I warned him not to go in there, just like I warned you. The very next night we heard screams from the Barrow, and that was it. We never saw him again. Keep your eyes open in the Barrow. That's how they get you. I think you should continue with your performance.
Always wondered if one day I'd make the pilgrimage to High Hrothgar.
I'm not very good, and it's
I've
only
heard
for the
Keen
same
will bless
people
you
that
if you visit each altar along the way.
I think you...
Leave this place. Leave this place. Leave. 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 Number lives from the dead. I got worse.
The Journal of Wendelius Gatherian by Wendelius Gatherian, a journal documenting a treasure hunter's descent into madness. 4th Era 200, 18 Morningstar. I've set up camp inside the Barrow. This has to be the place. According to all of my research, the burial chamber should be located here. All I need is some time undisturbed to find the claw. It must be hidden here somewhere. 4th Era 200, 25 Morningstar. Had a close call today with that fool Wilhelm. He came close to entering the Barrow, but I was able to scare him off by rattling some pottery shards in a bag. These people are far too superstitious for their own good. Gives me an idea. 4th Era 200, 28 Morningstar. After a few failures, I've come up with a mixture that should do the trick. The glow is perfect. I should look exactly like one of the supposed spirits the people of Ivarstead believe is haunting this barrow. Going to test it out tomorrow. 4th Era 200, 29 Morningstar. Success! It worked better than I could have imagined. All I had to do was wander about the entrance to the barrow at night and wave my arms about. I had to stop myself from laughing aloud as they ran away. This should keep them at bay while I continue searching for the claw. 4th Era 200, 11 Hearthfire. Almost half a year has passed, and no sign of the claw, or any clues as to its whereabouts. This is becoming maddening. It has to be here. Can't risk hiring any assistance, so I'll have to continue alone. 4th Era 200, 20 Sun's Dusk. It isn't here. It can't be here. This isn't right. It must be the people of Ivarstead. They must be onto my ruse, and they're toying with me. They want to find the burial chamber on their own, and keep the riches for themselves. 4th Era 200, 18 Evening Star. Why? Why are they tormenting me? Why not just destroy me? Who am I? My head is becoming clouded. I can't remember anything. I have to read my journal to remember my purpose. Am I a part of this tune? Am I meant to guard it? What's becoming of me? 1st Era 1050. They shall not take my treasure. They shall all pay dearly for their crimes. Any who set foot within these walls will taste my wrath, my power. I am the guardian of Shroud Hearth Barrow, and all who oppose me will fall.
Starting to feel much better now.
Welcome to the Villamere Inn. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know. We don't get many visitors through here, unless they're headed up to High Hrothgar, of course.
Anything you can tell me about High Hrothgar?
The Greybeards are a solitary lot. I don't think they've ever ventured outside their monastery. We get the occasional pilgrim passing through here on their way to the summit, but almost all of them have returned disappointed.
Good dog.
I found this in Shroud Hearth Barrow.
Let me see that. I can't believe this. It was all just a fabrication of this Wendelius character. I can't believe we were so stupid.
Dog.
Well, Least I can do is give you something for taking care of him. If you won't accept it as a payment, consider it a gift. If you're headed up to the monastery, watch your step. It's a long way down.
You are the harbinger of the companions. It is my honor to stand before you.
You look different.
Different? How so?
You look nice. Not that you don't always look nice, mind. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's unexpected and so kind of you. You look nice too.
Give you a hug?
I think I would like that, Kaidan.
Yes, well, I'm glad to hear that.
I don't like the look. I'll kick your ass. You're a bit distracting in a fight. Should move up there, you dead body goes over and scout.
You want to do this the hard way? Fine. You can go to hell. Fuck off. That was excellent.
This place looks shady as fuck. I need to be thinking up some more battle cries for these bastards. Rah! I can only yell I got a bone to pick with you so many times before it gets old.
Stay here and guard the farm.
It's actually quite beautiful here.
Need something?
What do you need, my Thane?
I'm here to collect the plantation's profits.
Very good, ma'am. Until next time.
I like it here.
Famed artifacts of Tamriel. Listed below are some of the more storied items found throughout Tamrielic lore. The existence of some has been proven, while others may simply be the stuff of legend. Regardless, these items have found their way into the tales we tell our children, and our children will tell their children, and are inextricably linked to them. Lord's Mail, sometimes called the armor of Mora House or the gift of Kinnereth, this is an ancient cuirass of unsurpassable quality. It grants the wearer power to absorb health, resist the effects of spells, and cure oneself of poison when used. It is said that whenever Kinnereth deigns the wearer unworthy, the Lord's Mail will be taken away and hidden for the next chosen one. Ebony Mail. The Ebony Mail is a breastplate created before recorded history by the dark elven goddess Boethia. It is she who determines who shall possess the Ebony Mail and for how long a time. If judged worthy, its power grants the wearer added resistance of fire, magicka, and grants a magical shield. It is Boethia alone who determines when a person is ineligible to bear the Ebony Mail any longer, and the goddess can be very capricious. Spellbreaker, superficially a Dwemer tower shield, is one of the most ancient relics of Tamriel. Aside from its historical importance in the Battle of Rourke and Shalador, the Spellbreaker protects its wielder almost completely from any spellcaster, either by reflecting magicka or silencing any mage about to cast a spell. It is said that Spellbreaker still searches for its original owner and will not remain the property of anyone else for long. For most, possessing Spellbreaker for any length of time is power enough. Chrysamere. The Paladin's Blade is an ancient claymore with offensive capabilities surpassed only by its own defenses. It lends the wielder health, protects him or her from fire, and reflects any spells cast against the wielder back to the caster. Seldom has Chrysamere been wielded by any bladesman for any length of time, for it chooses not to favor one champion. Staff of Magnus. The Staff of Magnus, one of the elder artifacts of Tamriel, was a metaphysical battery of sorts for its creator, Magnus. When used, it absorbs an enemy's health and mystical energy. In time, the staff will abandon the mage who wields it before he becomes too powerful and upsets the mystical balance it is sworn to protect. Warlock's Ring. The Warlock's Ring of the Archmage Cerebane is one of the most popular relics of myth and fable. In Tamriel's ancient history, Cerebane saved all of the continent by judicious use of his ring, and ever since it has helped adventurers with less lofty goals. It is best known for its ability to reflect spells cast in its wearer and to improve his or her speed, and to restore health. No adventurer can wear the Warlock's Ring for long, for it is said that the ring is Cerebane's alone to command. Ring of Finister. The Ring of Finister was made hundreds of years ago by a man who needed good defenses to survive his adventurous life. Thanks to the ring, Finister lived for hundreds of years, and since then it has passed from person to person. The ring improves the wearer's overall resistance to poison, magicka, and shock. Still, Finister was cunning and cursed the ring so that it eventually disappears from its holder's possessions and returns to another resting place, discontent to stay anywhere but with Finister himself. Ring of Khajiit. The Ring of Khajiit is an ancient relic, hundreds of years older than Rajin, the thief that made the ring famous. It was Rajin who used the ring's powers to make himself invisible, and as quick as the breath of wind. Using the ring, he became the most successful burglar in Elswere's history. Rajin's eventual fate is a mystery, but according to legend, the ring rebelled against such constant use and disappeared, leaving Rajin helpless before his enemies. Mace of Molag Bal. Also known as the Vampire's Mace, the Mace of Molag Bal drains its victims of magicka and gives it to the bearer. It also has the ability to transfer an enemy's strength to its wielder. Molag Bal has been quite free with his artifact. There are many legends about the mace. It seems to be a favorite for vanquishing wizards. Mask of Clavicus Vile. Ever the vain one, Clavicus Vile made a mask suited to his own personality. The bearer of the mask is more likely to get a positive response from the people of Tamriel. The higher their personality, the larger the bonus. The best-known story of the mask tells the tale of Avelia, a noble woman of some renown. As a young girl, she was grossly disfigured by a spiteful servant. Avelia made a dark deal with Clavicus Vile and received the mask in return. Although the mask did not change her looks, suddenly she had the respect and admiration of everyone. A year and a day after her marriage to a well-connected baron, Clavicus Vile reclaimed the mask. Although pregnant with his child, Avelia was banished from the baron's household. 21 years and 1 day later, Avelia's daughter claimed her vengeance by slaying the baron. Mehrunes Razor. The Dark Brotherhood has coveted this ebony dagger for generations. This mythical artifact is capable of slaying any creature instantly. History does not record any bearers of Mehrunes Razor. However, the Dark Brotherhood was once decimated by a vicious internal power struggle. It is suspected that the Razor was involved. Cuirass of the Savior's Hide. Another of Hircine's artifacts was the Cuirass of the Savior's Hide. Cuirass has a special ability to resist magicka. Legend has it that Hircine rewarded his peeled hide to the first and only mortal to have ever escaped his hunting grounds. This unknown mortal had the hide tailored into this magical cuirass for his future adventures. The Savior's Hide has a tendency to travel from hero to hero as though it had a mind of its own. The Spear of Bitter Mercy. One of the more mysterious artifacts is the Spear of Bitter Mercy. Little to nothing is known about the spear. There are no recorded histories, but many believe it to be of Daedric origin. The only known legend about it is its use by a mighty hero during the fall of the Battlespire. The hero was aided by the spear in the defeat of Mehrunes Dagon and the recapturing of the Battlespire. Since that time, the Spear of Bitter Mercy has made few appearances within Tamriel. Daedric Scourge. The Daedric Scourge is a mighty mace forged from sacred ebony in the fires of Fickeldar. The legendary weapon of Makan is once a fierce weapon used to send spirits of black back into oblivion. The weapon has the ability to summon creatures from oblivion. Once a tool used against the Daedric lords in the Battlespire, it now roams the land with adventurers. Bow of Shadows. Legend has it that the Bow of Shadows was forged by the Daedra Nocturnal. The legendary ranger, Rareless Guile, was granted the bow for a secret mission that failed, and the bow was lost. Rareless did not go down without a hearty fight, and is said to have, with the aid of the bow, taken scores of his foes with him. The bow grants the user the ability of invisibility and increased speed. Many sightings of the bow of shadows have been reported, and it is even said that the sinister dark elf assassin of the Second Era, Dram, once wielded this bow. Fists of Randagulf. Randagulf of Clan Begalin goes down in Tamrielic history as one of the mightiest warriors from Skyrim. He was known for his courage and ferocity in battle and was a factor in many battles. He finally met his fate when King Harold conquered Skyrim. King Harold respected the great hero and took Randagulf's gauntlets for his own. After King Harold died, the gauntlets disappeared. The king claimed that the fists granted the bearer extra strength. Iceblade of the Monarch. The Iceblade of the Monarch is truly one of Tamriel's most prized artifacts. Legend has it that the evil archmage Almion Kelmo enchanted the claymore of a great warrior with the soul of a frost monarch, a stronger form of the more common frost atronach. The warrior, Thurgnar Asi, was to play a part in the assassination of a great king in a far-off land and became the new leader. The assassination failed and the archmage was imprisoned. The ice blade freezes all who feel its blade. The blade circulates from owner to owner, never settling in one place for long. Ring of Surroundings. Little is known of this prize, but it is said that it lends the wearer an ability to blend in with their surroundings. Boots of the Apostle. The boots of the Apostle are a true mystery. The wearer of the boots is rumored to be able to levitate, though nobody has ever seen them used. The Mentor's Ring. This ring is a prized possession for any apprentice of magic. It lends the wearer the ability to increase their intelligence and wisdom, thus making their use of magic more efficient. The High Wizard, Karni Azram, is said to be the creator of the ring. It was a construct for his young apprentices while studying under his guidance. After Azran's death, the ring and several other possessions vanished and have been circulating throughout Tamriel. Ring of the Wind. No facts are known about this ring, but the title and the few rumors lead one to think it grants the wearer added speed. Vampiric Ring. One of the more deadly and rare artifacts in Tamriel is the Vampiric Ring. It is said that the ring has the power to steal its victim's health and grant it to the wearer. The exact nature and origin of the ring is wholly unknown, but many elders speak of its evil creation in Morrowind long, long ago by a cult of vampire followers. The Vampiric Ring is an extremely rare artifact and is only seen every few hundred cycles of the moon. Eidolon's Ward. Eidolon was a holy knight of legend in Breton history. He was a sought after man for his courage and determination to set all wrongs right. In one story, it is said he rescued a baron's daughter from sure death at the hands of an evil warlord. For his reward, the baron spent all of his riches to have an enchanted shield built for Eidolon. The shield granted Eidolon the opportunity to heal his wounds. Staff of Hasedoki. Hasedoki was said to have been a very competitive wizard. He wandered the land in search of a wizard who was greater than he. To the best of all knowledge, he never found a wizard who could meet up to his challenge. It is said that he felt so lonely and isolated because so many feared his power that he bonded his life force into his very own staff, where his soul remains to this very day. Magic users all over Tamriel have been searching for this magical staff. Granting its wielder a protection from magicka is a sure prize for any magic user. Bloodworm Helm. The King of Worms was said to have left behind one of his prized possessions, the Bloodworm Helm. The helm is a construct of magically formed bone. The helm allows the user to summon skeletons and control the undead. It would be a prized artifact to a necromancer. Dragonbone Mail. This cuirass is one of the greatest artifacts any collector or hero could own. It is constructed of real dragon bone and was enchanted by the first Imperial battle mage, Zurin Arctis, in the early years of the Third Era. It is a truly exquisite piece of work, and many have sought to possess it. The properties of the cuirass allow the wearer to resist fire and to damage an enemy with a blast of fire. Little is known about the involvement of Zurin Arctis with the enchantment of the cuirass, but an old tale speaks of a debt that he owed to a traveling warrior. Like the warrior, the Dragonbone Mail never stays put for long. Skull Crusher. Skull Crusher is an amazingly large and powerful weapon. The warhammer was created in a fire, magically fueled by a wizard, Dorak Gossal, and was forged by the great weaponsmith Hilbengard Rolamis. Steel is magically hardened, and the weight of the weapon is amazingly light, which makes for more powerful swings and deadly blows. The warhammer was to be put on display for a festival, but thieves got it first. The Skullcrusher still travels Tamriel in search of its creators. Goldbrand. This magical sword is almost a complete mystery. Thieves tell tales about its golden make and how it was actually forged by ancient dragons of the north. Their tales claim it was given to a great knight who was sworn to protect the dragons. The sword lends its wielder the ability to do fire damage to an enemy. Goldbrand has not been cited in recent history and is said to be awaiting a worthy hero. Fang of Hainaktimek. Black Marsh was once known to be inhabited with what the Argonians called the Wamasus. Northern men considered them to be intelligent dragons with lightning for blood. One such mighty beast, Hainaktimet, was slain by the northern men, though it took 7 days and nights, and a score of men. One of the surviving men took a fanged horn as a trophy. Fang was carved down into a blade and fashioned into a small dagger. The dagger mysteriously houses some of the beast's magical properties, and grants the users the ability to do shock damage on an opponent. This unique dagger is seen occasionally by traveling heroes. Umbra Sword. The Umbra Sword was enchanted by the ancient witch Nenya Ware, and its sole purpose was the entrapment of souls. Used in conjunction with the soul gem, the sword allows the wielder the opportunity to imprison an enemy's soul in the gem. Ninra was executed for her evil creation, but not before she was able to hide the sword. The Umbra Sword is very choosy when it comes to owners, and therefore remains hidden until a worthy one is found. Denstagmer's Ring. All that is known of this ring is that it may grant the user protection from certain elements. Even the name Denstagmer is a mystery. Helm of Orkin Bearclaw. One of Valenwood's legendary heroes is Orkin Bearclaw, son of King Faun Todai, who is a respected clan hunter and a future leader. Wood Elven legend claims Orin single-handedly defeated Glennyforma, the witch serpent of the Elven Wood, forever bringing peace to his clan. Orin would go on to accomplish numerous other deeds, eventually losing his life to the Knaten flu. His helm stood as a monument of his stature for future generations to remember. The helm was lost eventually as the clan split, and is now a treasured artifact for adventurers. The helm of Orin Bearclaw is rumored to improve the wearer's agility and endurance. Daedric Crescent Blade. Probably the most rare and even outlawed item of the great prizes is the Daedric Crescent Blade. The blade was used by Mehrunes Dagon's Daedric forces in the capture of the Imperial Battlespire. These extremely unique blades were gathered up and destroyed after the Battlespire was recaptured by the Empire. All but one, it seems. Though the Empire believes them all to be destroyed, it is rumored that one still remains in existence somewhere in Tamriel, though none have ever seen it. The blade lends its wielder the ability to do great damage on an enemy, and allows them to paralyze and put heavy wear on their enemy's armor. Quite the prize for any mighty warrior, if it does indeed exist. Jokes. A ribald look at the many races of Tamriel by Butha Sunhouse. How is your wife? Asked Zalather. She's in bed with laryngitis, replied Harlot. Is that Argonian bastard back in town again? I keep seeing spots before my eyes. Have you seen a healer? No, just spots. A big Nord named Yulgen was set on by a gang of thieves. He fought them furiously, but in the end they beat him into semi-consciousness. They searched his pockets and discovered that he only had 3 gold pieces on him. Do you mean to tell us you fought like a madloop for 3 lousy gold pieces? Sneered one of the thieves. No, answered Yulgen. I was afraid you were after the 400 gold pieces in my boot. During the War of Bettany, the Bretons in the Isle of Craghold were under siege for several days. After the island was liberated, Lord Bridwell found the ruins of the castle where a crowd of survivors were hidden away in the dark. It was going to be a difficult job freeing them, as part of the roof had collapsed, trapping them all within. Bridwell stuck his head in the only opening and shouted to the Bretons below, Are there any expectant mothers down there? It's hard to say, your lordship, said a young woman. We've only been down here for a few days. An elderly Breton met with a contemporary of his at a guild meeting. Harryston, old man, I wanted to express my sympathies. I hear that you buried your wife last week. Had to, old boy, replied Harryston. Dead, you know. Why was the Sentinel army so useless during the War of Bettany? The cannons were too heavy, so all 3 garbage scows sank. What does a new Sentinel private learn first as a combat technique? How to retreat. What is the thinnest book in the world? Red Guard Heroes of the War of Bettany. A dark elf man killed his wife after catching her making love with another man. When the magistrate asked him why he killed her instead of her lover, the man replied, I considered it better to kill one woman than a different man every week. Dark elf woman was being shown around Daggerfall. When she was shown the magnificent castle Daggerfall, she smiled sweetly to her guild and whispered, It reminds me of sex. That's odd, said her guide. Why does our castle Daggerfall remind you of sex? Dark elf sighed. Everything does. Yalitha told Vathsa that she was having dinner with a dark elf named Morleth that night. I hear he's an animal, said Vathsa. He'll rip your dress right off you. Thank you for telling me, said Yalitha. I'll be sure to wear an old dress. How do you separate sailors in the Khajiit Navy? With a hammer and tongs. This orchard has sentimental value to me, said Moshad, the Khajiit, to his friend Hasilid. Under that tree, for example, is where I first made love, and that tree is where her mother stood, watching us. She watched you while you made love to her daughter, said Hasilid, clearly impressed. Didn't she say anything? Meow. What do you call a wood elf who doesn't lie or cheat or steal? A dead wood elf.
You alright there, lass?
How do you feel about me?
Our bond is forged in battle. I'm glad to have met you.
Let's rest here.
This is my favourite part of the day.
Can I be of service?
Have you ever thought about marriage?
Everyone has at some point, haven't they? But I don't think I'll be taking an arrow in the knee anytime soon. With my upbringing, I don't know how I'd really fit into a picture of domestic bliss. Being a good husband, raising a family. You think so? Well, you've shown pretty good judgment in the past. Time will tell.
Kaidan, that tattoo on your face, does it mean anything specific?
It's a curse. That's what the damn thing means.
How so, and how did it come to be?
You won't let this alone, will you? Always digging at my thoughts.
Hey, there's no need to be so grumpy, is there?
Sod it. I'll tell you all about my tattoo so it stops you from asking me all the bloody time.
Good, let's hear it then.
When a person becomes a follower of their cult, they like to brand a mark of ownership upon them. The obvious place for that is on your face, of course, so everyone can see you belong to them, so they can easily recognize you from a distance. When the time came, we waited until midnight, a full moon. Oh, yes, it was part of a ritual, you see. I won't go into details about that, but I will tell you this. Whatever ink they used, it was mixed with blood. I was laid down on an altar, and a priest inked this tattoo on me. At the time, I was proud to have gotten it. To me, it was a sign that I finally belonged somewhere, like this was something I could do, you know? I thought they were my friends, maybe even my new family. But soon after that, I started to see this so-called family wasn't a family at all, but a group of thieves and murderers preying on people. They had no mercy. I saw how deep and dark their operations were. So I started to look for ways to get out of the cult. The thing is, once you're in, it's very hard to get out. Maybe impossible. Which is why it almost cost me my life. Now, this mark is a constant reminder of a time I'd rather forget. There. Now you've drawn it out of me. Please, would you just let me be?
I'm sorry, Kaidan. I didn't mean to stir up old memories for you.
No. No, there's no need for apologies. How good you've known. In a way, it feels good to tell someone, especially a friend, a true friend, who knows. Maybe one day I'll make my peace with it.
I know you're good at heart, and you'll find peace one day.
Thank you. It means a lot for you to say that. And she never wanted to leave, and she never wanted... Hello again.
Kaidan, are you alright? Something seems to have been bothering you today.
It's nothing. Well, it's nothing I should burden you with.
You could never burden me with anything.
I've been thinking about my past, and the mistakes that I made with the Blooded Dawn.
Tell me more about it then.
I once told you I don't handle things well, not after Brynjar died. I thought if I was stronger I could put it behind me.
You were grieving, that doesn't make you weak.
The power promised, offered just that. An end to the weakness.
What were their beliefs?
The Blooded Dawn believed that you had to destroy what was, to make way for the new, and that included yourself. The doctrine taught me that the world was flawed, and we were the ones who would liberate it.
And how did all that make you feel?
I felt the world hadn't been kind to me. So, why not? Just burn it all down. I'd rather not continue for now. I'll tell you the rest another time, alright? There's something the matter, Dragonborn.
Let's talk.
Aye.
Do you think someone will write stories about us someday? Our adventures?
We're all stories in the end. Let's just make it a good one, eh?
Would you read from this book to me?
Aye, as you wish. Alright, need something?
Let's talk.
I'm at your service.
Everything alright?
Don't worry about me. I'm good.
I want to hear more about your experience with the Thalmor, if you're ready.
Aye. Guess I owe you that.
It's best to talk about things and get them off your chest.
Right, here it goes. Those sons of bitches shackled me to a wall. They left me there for I don't know how long. They would only release me to ask me about my sword, and every time I told them I didn't know, they would whip me until I almost lost consciousness. Or they would cut me so deep into my skin, punch me on my sides, and shackle me back up. There were many times that I thought that would be the end of me. That I would never find out the truth about my family and me sword. And then you came along. And the first time I saw you, I thought you were one of them arseholes. Another Thalma. Thank the gods you weren't. You gave me life back.
I'm glad that I found you, Kaidan.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me.
Let's talk.
Aye.
Do you have anything on your mind?
Not right now.
Any thoughts?
Look, I know Bosma like meat, but can you please stop looking at me as if I was a bowl of hawker stew? I know I'm a fine piece of meat, but I don't want to be eaten, you know.
Let's talk.
All right.
What is it, Kaidan?
I saw you drawing something in that journal of yours the other day. I wasn't trying to peek. I was just curious. I didn't know you were an artist, is all.
Oh, that? I was drawing you, actually.
Me? Oh, why would you want to draw me? Can I see it?
Of course, if you don't mind that I drew you without a shirt.
Wow. Is that how you see me? Whoa, is my nose really that big? I'm just joking. You're very talented. Is there a reason I don't have a shirt on, though?
I wanted to capture the real you in all your glory.
Could I see some of the other things you've drawn sometimes?
I have these ones too, take a look.
You actually drew this? It's so detailed. It looks almost real. You captured the mountains perfectly. You really are talented.
Thank you. I have one more for you to see.
This one's my favourite, I think. You really capture the beauty and majesty of a dragon. I don't know why I'm surprised. Can I have this one?
Sure, keep it. I'm glad you like it.
Thank you.
Let's talk.
I'm at your service.
So, Kaidan the Brave, tell me something I don't know about yourself.
You may think me brave, but there's some things that I can't even tell you yet, because they make me afraid. Maybe, when I'm a braver man, I will look you in the eyes and I'll tell you those things that only my heart knows. And then maybe, my heart will be at peace.
Let's talk.
I'm at your service.
Kaidan, why do you keep staring at me?
Was I? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean anything by it.
Let's talk.
Aye.
Is there anything you would like to ask me?
Do you have a patron god?
Akatosh.
Ah, of course. I should have known. Your very blood is touched by the dragon god.
Who do you worship?
I can't say I'm devout. I've decided my world is the here and now. But I will say this much. I will always honor the 9 divines, not the 8.
Let's talk.
Alright.
How are you doing, Kai?
I'm feeling well. How about you?
You seem tired. Is everything all right?
Aye. Just had a nightmare that hooded figures in a secret tavern were plotting me doom while drinking.
I think you need to drink more water.
Water? Whew. Maybe should cut back on me ale. Nah.
Come on, let's get going.
Alright, let's see where this takes us. Ah, it's nice to be warm again. Shit! Do we have to go this way?
What way? You mean to Dawnstar?
Aye, I don't care much for this place. It's not very hospitable.
I thought you'd love it here. Finally get a good hawker sandwich too.
Ugh. Don't be mentioning hawker to me right now. You're gonna make me stomach go off.
Why are you being so weird right now?
Nothing. Forget it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right?
Tools, wares, and weapons, all for sale at fair prices.
Yes?
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
Until next time.
There is so many refuse to talk to us. They call us thieves and smugglers. I am glad to see that you are not such a one.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look. May your road lead you to warm sands. Goods and wares of all kinds, and all can be yours.
Divine sake, Skald. Who do you think we're threatening with our old war wounds? We're not soldiers anymore.
Your man Horik is wearing his old Legion armor. What should I make of that?
He's proud of his service, Skald. The Legion taught us loyalty, and we're loyal to Dawnstar.
This isn't over. I catch you sending one letter to General Tullius. I'll have you both executed.
It's a curse. It has to be. I've got to get out of this town.
Irgnir, get a hold of yourself. They're just dreams. Please tell her, Erandur.
Listen to your friend, Fuki. They are just dreams, my dear. I assure you that it is quite normal.
It's the same dream over and over again. You think that's normal? It's evil, I tell you.
Erandur, she has a point. You keep telling us no harm will follow these dreams, but they must be an omen.
Give him a chance to speak. He's trying to help us.
Everyone, please. I'm doing what I can to end these nightmares. In the meantime, all I ask is you remain strong and put your trust in Lady Mara.
I will. Thank you.
The people here are still plagued with nightmares.
Or take a
It's
seat by the fire and
unnatural.
I'll send someone over.
What troubles you, my daughter?
Yes?
And what might you need?
What's wrong with everyone around here?
The entire town is being plagued by horrible nightmares. They're in serious danger, but I'm afraid there's little I can do about it.
What could you do anyway? Dreams aren't real.
These dreams are manifestations created by the Daedric Lord, Vermina. She has an awful hunger for our memories. In return, she leaves behind nightmares. Not unlike a cough marks a serious illness.
Thanks.
I must end her terrible influence over these people before the damage becomes permanent.
What's your plan?
I need to return to the source of the problem, to Nightcaller Temple. Perhaps you'd be willing to assist me in that regard.
What do you mean, return? You've been there?
I've already said too much. If anyone overhears what we're saying, it could start a panic. I would simply ask that you trust me and help me end Dawnstar's nightmares.
I trust you. How can I help?
Wonderful. My Lady Mara will be quite pleased. Nightcaller Temple is only a short walk from Dawnstar. Come, we must hurry. I promise to answer all of your questions. Follow me.
I'm all ears. Huh?
I'm sorry. My mind was just somewhere else. Do you need a room? Drink? Need a room? Don't worry. Nightmares don't seem to happen for travelers. See ya.
Yes? Yes?
The Wind Peak Inn features the finest bard in all of Dawnstar. Me. I envy you travelers. Dreams aren't affecting anyone not from here.
Follow me. It's this way.
Your ancestors wouldn't want this, Silas.
Why should I hide from it? This is my family's legacy.
It's the past. Dead oaths on dead lips. Let it stay there.
The museum is opening.
I beg you, don't go into Silas's museum.
Who's Silas? What's this museum?
Silas comes from one of the oldest families in Dawnstar. They have a complicated history. Several of his ancestors belonged to the Mythic Dawn, the cult that almost destroyed Tamriel. His family's involvement was only found out well after the crisis had died down, but it still ruined their reputation. They were outcasts. And now Silas is back, and this museum to the Mythic Dawn is his way of trying to rebuild his family's pride. It's misguided.
The Mythic Dawn, who are they?
Not a student of history, I see. It's for the best. They're a group that should be forgotten. The only thing you need to know is that they almost destroyed the world, and they were stopped a long time ago. That museum is a mistake.
And here comes my first visitor. The Museum of the Mythic Dawn is open, friend.
Museum of the Mythic Dawn?
Yes. My collection of artifacts from a group that toppled an empire. Why don't you come in? You can browse the displays and we can talk. I have a job you look perfect for.
Sounds good.
Let's talk inside. Feel free to look around. Come talk to me when you're ready to discuss that job I mentioned. The commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes were written by the Mythic Dawn cult leader, Mankar Cameron. He promised a paradise awaited his followers when they died, that they would be reborn by Mehrunes Dagon's side.
Mythic Dawn commentaries.
The tapestries hung here and outside were found in hideouts, where members of the Mythic Dawn would meet. That burned paper is all that remains of the fabled Mysterium Xarxes, the blasphemous book written by Mehrunes Dagon himself. It's said that Mankar Cameron used the book to open a portal to a paradise, where all his followers would live forever. Did you have any questions about the museum, or would you rather talk business?
Why did you open this museum?
It's no secret that my family were once members of the Mythic Dawn. One of my forefathers was even chosen to assassinate Uriel Septim himself. We hid from our past for years, became tradesmen, people of coin and influence. But I realize that the Mythic Dawn's importance, our importance, to history cannot be denied. I'll see everyone in Tamriel remember that for a moment, we held the fate of the world in our hands, for good or ill.
So what is this Mythic Dawn cult?
They were worshippers of Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Lord of Destruction and Change. The Mythic Dawn killed Uriel Septim VII and his heirs, triggering the events that led to the Oblivion Crisis when the Daedra invaded Tamriel. All that remains of the infamous cult I've gathered in my museum.
Who is Mehrunes Dagon?
Ah, an excellent question. Mehrunes Dagon is the Daedric Lord of Change, Destruction, and Ambition. Dagon's Mythic Dawn cult killed the Septim Dynasty and opened the Oblivion Gates into Tamriel. They called it the Oblivion Crisis.
Let's talk about this job you want done.
A little history first. After the Oblivion Crisis, a number of groups cropped up dedicated to wiping out the remnants of the Mythic Dawn. One of these groups found Mehrunes' razor, the artifact of Dagon. They split it into 3 fragments and pledged to keep them apart forever. That was almost 150 years ago, and the pieces are still being kept by the descendants of that group, and they're right here, in Skyrim.
You want me to get those fragments?
At least 2 of the owners, Gunzel and Draskua, are dangerous marauders, and the 3rd owner, Jorgen, I only know he lives in Morthal. Here are my notes about them. I'll gladly pay you for getting the pieces any way you can. No questions asked. Good luck finding the fragments.
Keepers of the Razor, an account of the separation and division of Mehrunes' razor into 3 pieces. Current descendants of the Inner Circle. Jorgen of Morthal, 8th generation of Clan Axebearer, to bear the hilt of Mehrunes' razor. Son of Halnir, son of Froy, son of Koli, son of Malte, son of Ligerlead, son of Nedrir, son of Len. Gunzel, leader of the Cracked Tusk Bandits, and 8th to bear the blade shards of Mehrunes' razor. Son of Shalak, son of Mog, son of Grull, son of Durgob, son of Uzgak, son of Ramalg, son of Othmash. Draskua, leader of the Forsworn of Dead Crone Rock, and 8th to bear the pommel of Mehrunes' razor. Daughter of Kyrene, daughter of Idana, daughter of Malvina, daughter of Muriel, daughter of Rian, daughter of Kaylee, daughter of Sorka. Historical background. Of all the groups that pledged to eradicate the Mythic Dawn from Tamriel, none were as inadvertently successful as the Keepers of the Razor. Originally a militia group founded to destroy the remnants of the Mythic Dawn, the group was renamed after discovering the legendary artifact of Mehrunes Dagon that came to be their namesake. How they found the razor is a secret that I have been unable to uncover, but it is clear that they were not part of Frathen Drothan's failed expedition to Varsa Balim, and in fact the group does not first appear in Imperial records until 50 years later. The razor was divided among the 3 highest-ranking members of the Order's Inner Circle, to be passed down from oldest child to oldest child until the twin moons themselves disappeared from the skies. Although this pledge seems to have been loosely interpreted, as the moons did vanish from the heavens during the Void Nights of 4th Era 98 to 4th Era 100, yet the razor's pieces were still being bequeathed through the generations during and after this time. Tracing the lineages of the Inner Circle proved especially difficult thanks to the group's unusual membership. While the leader of the Keepers of the Razor was a Nord, and thankfully was easily researched through the clan's family histories, the other 2 members were an Orc and a native daughter of the Reach, whose culture's paucity of respect for literacy made tracking them down less straightforward. Fortunately, Othmash Grogullars and his sons are well recorded for their service in the Imperial Legion. Yet the daughters of Sorka proved nearly impossible to find until I uncovered Markarth's meticulously thorough tax records, which recorded each birth of Sorka's kin in order to administer certain petty fees. A Sorka's current descendant, Draskua,
fled to Dead Crone Rock after the Markarth incident, and is considered by the Jarl to be a major threat to the safety of the hold.
Those robes were worn during the Mythic Dawn's secret meetings, where they plotted to bring the Daedra Mehrunes Dagon into Tamriel. Each bolt of yarn used
Trouble? Everything's all right?
Look around all you... Didn't think I'd be seeing you again. Last I heard, you were being marched off somewhere in chains by the Thalmor. I hope you made them regret it.
Definitely.
Glad to hear it, friend. If they come around here, they'll regret it. Well met. Unlike my brother, I've no dislike of strangers. Met lots of them while I was a Stormcloak.
I'd like to make an investment in your business.
Excellent. I think you'll be glad that you made this decision.
Let's see what you can do with this.
Thank you. I'll be sure to put it to good use.
You mentioned a brother? Who is he?
His name's Bolin. He's the one who works the lumber mill down by the river. If you meet him, don't expect much in the way of conversation. He ain't one for talking, especially with folk he don't know.
You're a Stormcloak?
I was once, but not anymore. I was wounded in a skirmish up near Windhelm. This was years ago, mind you. Now maybe I don't pick up a blade in Ulfric's name no more, but I still hold with his ideals. Skyrim is Nordland, and we ought to rule it. We don't need no help from the Empire on that count. Steal anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
Unless you intend to bury someone, this isn't the place you're looking for, traveler.
You said something about a burial?
Falkreath is known for its graveyard, traveler. We've buried more dead than you can imagine. I just finished giving my old war companion Barrett a proper burial by fire. Old Hardhead hated the idea of being lost cold in the ground. Could you deliver the ashes to Runil, the priest of Arkay? He'll know the right blessings to make for Barrett's soul.
I'd be honored.
Thank you. All right, then.
Try not to judge Falkreath too harshly, visitor. The war has been hard on us.
Did you see a hound on the road? Fine, strong creature that's been wandering near town?
No, sorry, I didn't see a dog.
There's one out on the road. I can't afford to chase him down, but I could use a fierce, loyal beast to keep me company. If you were willing to retrieve him for me, I'd give you some fresh meat to attract him out on the road.
I could be convinced to catch him.
Oh, it's smart to demand something up front. Some gold now, and some when I have my dog. Here's the meat. Steal's good, but loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengir first and the Empire second.
I'd like to make an investment in your business.
Excellent. I think you'll be glad that you made this decision.
Let's see what you can do with this.
Thank you. I'll be sure to put it to good use.
Sounds like loyalty is important to you.
I was Dengir's personal guard for years. I risked my hide more than once to protect him. Why would I do that? For money? Because I swore an oath? No. It was because he was a good man and a true friend. A true Nord places loyalty and honor above all else.
Falkreath seems quiet.
Only inside the gates. Much of Falkreath Hold is wilderness, and there's plenty of trouble to be had. See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. Someone new? Perhaps someone looking for me to mix something up for them?
I'd like to make an investment in your business.
Excellent. I think you'll be glad that you made this decision.
Let's see what you can do with this.
Thank you. I'll be sure to put it to good use.
Why name your store Grave Concoctions?
I know, it's a bit strange. Not exactly a name to bring comfort to the sick and ailing who come to buy a poultice or salve. But what you must understand about Falkreath is that our town is defined, for better or worse, by the large and ancient cemetery here. That's why the inn is called Dead Man's Drink, the farm is called Corpse Light Farm, and so on. I suppose it's sort of a running joke. Until next time. You again, sorry. I don't have any of that tonic. I ran out of the ingredients a while back, and after seeing the Thalmor take you away, didn't think you'd be back around.
No worries.
Call upon me if I can be of any service.
Yes? What? Good to see you. Finally, someone useful is around. Ah, it's you. Yes, well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it.
It will be done.
Good. Execute every last bandit. Spare no one.
I'm sorry, I should really go now.
You look at home in these forests.
You are exactly what I was looking for.
You were looking for me?
Yeah, I think you'll be just what I need. You see, my name is Barbas, and I have a problem I think you can help sort out.
So, what could a dog need help with?
my master and I had a bit of a falling out. We got into an argument and it got rather heated. He's kicking me out until I find someone who can settle our disagreement. That's where you come in.
So, you're a little lost puppy?
You're very funny. My master's Clavicus Vile, Daedric Prince of Wishes. As you can imagine, he's quite the important person.
Sounds easy enough. Let's go find him.
Thank you. Now, since he banished me, Vile's been rather weak. He can't manifest very far from one of his shrines. I know there's a cult that worships him at Hamar's Shame. We should be able to talk to him there. If this works out, I'll make sure you're rewarded. Hey, just don't trust any offer he makes you, okay?
Is not a dog. That's a questionably domesticated hellbeast. I do have a soft spot for dogs though. Hellbeasts, on the other hand, well, that's going a bit far, isn't it?
The god Arche was once like us, bound to winding mortality. But he willingly gave up this existence, that we might better understand the vagaries of life and death. It is through the ebb and flow of this cosmic tide that we find renewal, and in the end, peace. May the spirit of Lavinia and all those who have left this world and its suffering know the beloved serenity of Aetherius, and may we one day rejoin them in eternity.
Kust is responsible for the cemetery here in Falkreath. I take care of the shrine. Ah, Barrett's ashes. He was a good man. Not many warriors grow to a fine old age. Thank you for bringing this to me. I'll make sure he gets his rights. Here, for your trouble.
Can you teach me about conjuration?
I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Do you tend this graveyard alone?
Oh, merciful Arche, no. I'm too old and frail, and this graveyard is too large. Kust is my assistant. He helps me tend the headstones and keep our cemetery clean, as befits a place of rest. Life is far too short, my friend. Don't waste it.
You're not planning on using that weapon in here, I hope.
Well, do something about it then!
Kolskegger mine is lost, friend. Forsworn killed everyone.
Kolskegger mine is clear of Forsworn.
You drove them off? By yourself? Thank you. We'll head back to work right away. Take this. It's the least I can do.
What in oblivion happened here?
I'm so sorry. The museum has been robbed, and I'm afraid that I am at least partly to blame.
You'd better start explaining.
Yes. You see, I haven't been exactly completely forthcoming with you about my past. And sadly, it has caught up with me. Before coming here, to Skyrim, I was part of a group of brigands back in Hammerfell who operated in western Bangorai. One day we were on a job. We were posing as guards for a caravan destined for High Rock, planning to turn on it when we reached the wastes. Only, when we got there, we were ambushed. The entire job was a ploy to catch us and put an end to our banditry once and for all. That's how I lost my eye. Only a few of us escaped and fled into the hills of Dragontail Mountains. Bleeding and alone. I still to this day don't know how I survived up there. I was found just outside of Heldorn by a missionary who took me in and nursed me back to health. I swore to Tohwaka right then and there that I would turn my life around and live a just and honest life from that day forward. So, I left it all behind and came here to Skyrim to start again. But it seems that those from my past have followed me here. I tried to fight them off, but they knocked out poor Orien and overpowered me and the other guards. They tied me up and made off with everything. I suppose they left me alive in hopes of me taking the fall for the robbery. I suppose it would be appropriate, given my failure.
You aren't getting off that easy. You are going to help me get it back.
You mean, after all my failings, you are willing to allow me to help you? I believe I may have some ideas of where they went. There were a few jobs we had which brought us into Skyrim, and we had a couple of small holdouts back in the day. I would think that a good place to start would be Windcaller's Pass. It's a collapsed cave that once ran through the great mountain where we would hold up when the heat got too hot. It's remote enough that we would lay low if needed, and stash loot there before gathering up and departing for Hammerfell.
Let's get going then.
Excellent. You won't be disappointed. I'll redeem myself yet.
What? Everything was stolen? We need to take care of this.
I like it here.
Yes?
Are you doing all right?
Thank you for asking. I'll be fine, I'm just a bit shaken. I'm more worried about the state of the museum. Such a horrible state we've been left in.
Until next time.
Wait, I know you.
So, why'd you join up?
I wonder if there's anyone here that likes flowers.
Be careful. You keep giving me flowers and I might start getting ideas.
Is that supposed to be an incentive or a deterrent, Dragonborn?
I suppose that answer depends on you.
Careful, Dragonborn. That answer might start giving me ideas. How can I be of service?
Kaidan, I have a question for you.
Oh? What might that be?
If you could do anything that you wanted for one night, what would it be?
Anything or anyone. Because if the second one, I know what my fucking answer's gonna be.
Huh? I didn't hear you. What would it be?
I said I wasn't sure. It kind of depends really on a few different things, and I'm not real good at answering questions like that.
Silas wants help gathering pieces of Mehrunes' razor.
He knows where all the pieces are. That's dangerous knowledge. You want to help him, don't you?
Better that weapon is in safe hands, right?
I'd be lying if I said I did. I wasn't curious to see the weapon. But listen, Maruna's Dagon is not a Daedric prince you want to get involved with.
How do you feel about me?
There's an old saying, life is an adventure. I didn't know it would be quite so literal until I met you.
Let's rest here.
I'll get myself comfortable then. Need something?
I'm surprised you're not taken.
Must be my sparkling personality. Truth is, a quiver is easy enough to come by. But I've got my sights set higher than that.
Quiver, really?
Well, what would you rather me say? What do you need?
Any thoughts?
You move well in light armour, but I still can't trust it myself. Feels like I need to be ready to jump in front of every blade and arrow that comes your way.
Did you want a copy of the Dragon War?
I've been meaning to read this. Thank you. Here, I've got something for you too.
Let me check your gear.
Sure thing.
Let's talk.
All right.
Kaidan, what do you think of this outfit?
You aren't half bad.
Are you referring to me or the outfit there?
Eh? What did you think I was saying?
Me, perhaps.
You're making me blush, Dragonborn.
Let's talk.
I'm at your service.
Something troubling you, Kaidan?
I could really use a hug right now.
Of course, Kaidan.
That would be lovely. What can I do for you?
Tell me about yourself.
Of course. What were you wondering?
Is there anything you want to tell me about yourself?
Oh, I don't know. Later on, perhaps. What can I do for you?
Come on, let's get going.
I was just starting to get cozy. Ah, it's nice to be warm again.
Stranger's plea. Lirya, I come to you with an urgent plea. I have done unspeakable things, which I have come to regret, and the consequences are imminent. If you know of the Oblivion Crisis, then you know I make no jest when I say the fate of Tamriel is at stake. It would be safer for us to speak further in person. Please meet me at the Shrine to Stendarr, located between Fort Greymore and Rorikstead. I will lay bare my sins in Stendarr's presence. Perhaps he will grant me forgiveness. Scorvin. Guide to Sadrith Mora. The town of Sadrith Mora is built in typical Telvanni style, great, magically formed organic mushrooms springing from the ground, each being expanded to suit the needs of the inhabitant. Principal districts of Sadrith Mora. Sadrith Mora is the district seat of House Telvanni and home of the Telvanni Council, although only one Telvanni councillor actually lives in Sadrith Mora. Sadrith Mora is an island settlement and accessible only by sea and teleportation. The town is large, with many craftsmen, traders, and trainers, but it is only open to Telvanni retainers. Outsiders should confine themselves to the Gateway Inn and to Wolverine Hall, imperial quarters of the Legion garrison and guilds. The docks are in a sheltered bay on the western side of the island, and a trail leads up from the docks to the Gateway Inn. Beyond the Gateway Inn is the Great Market, with numerous craftsmen and traders, and a small slave market. North of the Great Market is the Telvanni Council Hall, a large orb supported by giant mushroom stalks. To the east of the Great Market is Tel Naga, the towering wizard tower, residence of Telvanni Councillor Mage Lord Masternelov. Services. Outlanders can find services for the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, and Imperial Cult at Wolverine Hall. Members of the Thieves Guild congregate at Dirty Muriel's Corner Club. Telvanni Great House and Tribunal Temple services are all housed within the Council Hall. Additionally, Telvanni services are available in the Great Market District and in Tel Naga. The Gateway Merchant Inn is the only establishment with public beds. Members of the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, and Imperial cults look for hospitality at Wolverine Hall. Telvanni kin and retainers stay at the Gateway, at Wolverine Hall, at a local corner club, or at Tel Naga. The Great Market has many services and tradesmen, and many others are scattered through town. There are two corner clubs, Dirty Muriel's for Outlanders and Farrah's Hole in the Wall for local Dunmer. Tel Naga is Master Neloth's Wizard Tower. Notable figures. If you're not Telvanni or Telvanni retainers, you'll want to know Angaradel, Prefect of Hospitality at the Gateway Merchant Inn, and Eri, Gateway's publican. At Wolverine Hall, Hrundi the Nord is the Fighters Guild steward, Procyon Nigeliusis is Mages Guild steward, and Anuis Atris is the Imperial Cult priest. Big Halenda, the Thieves Guild boss, makes frequent appearances at Dirty Muriel's Corner Club. Telvanni wizards and retainers visit the council hall to confer with the Telvanni mouths. Telvanni mouths are spokesmen for their councillor mage lords. Felisa Ulesin, Gallus Methendus, Arara Uvilas, Malam Ryan, Raven Omean, and Delin Arvel, Telvanni council clerk. Councillor Mage Lord Master Neloth lives in Tel Naga, the wizard tower in the center of town. Transportation. Sadrith Mora is an island. There's no road or bridge to the mainland. To visit the mainland, you must either be able to fly, swim, or water walk, or you must rely on shipmasters at the docks, or the guild gate, at the Mages Guild. Galzarethi at the docks offers ship passage to Ebnhart, Tel Bernora, Tel Mora, or Dagon Fell. Iniel at the Wolverine Mages Hall Guild can teleport you to Aldrun, Vivek, Caldera, and Valmora for a modest fee. Honor Among Thieves by Arnie the Scrib. Many admirers ask, Arnie, how can I become a flash and prosperous fellow like you? And I tell them, you want to join the guild, make friends, be part of something. But who can join, they ask. We're just like any other trade guild. We've got requirements, and if you want to advance in the ranks, we've got standards. You want to be fast and agile. You want to move undetected. You want to know about security, locks, traps, and how to get around them. You want to defend yourself, travel light and fast, and want light arms like daggers and short swords. You don't want to get into a slugging match, so you want the marksman's weapons, bow, crossbow, throwing star, and dart. You want light armor so you can keep moving and moving fast. Why belong? Simple. Everybody needs friends. The help of friends includes information. Your friends at the Thieves Guild know where the action is, and where the action is safe, and where it is not. The help of friends includes a place to rest, a place to buy supplies and services, training and tools. The help of friends includes fixing things with the guards at a discount rate. That's where the honor among thieves parts come in. Friends stick together and help each other. But what about the competition? My admirers asked. Competition is the Kimono Tong, and you don't want to join them because they don't want you. They have this thing about outlanders. They want them all dead, so unless your ambition is to be dead, you don't want to join them. And the Kimono Tong are bad people. The Kimono Tong don't mind killing people. Heck, they like killing people. Thieves Guild, on the other hand, thinks killing people is bad business. You want to be good people, right? So join the Thieves Guild and stay far, far away from the Kimono Tong. So you want to join, but where do you look? Being a thief is not like being a fighter. You don't just go to the local guild hall. Thieves Guild doesn't have guild halls. Thieves like to be where their friends are. And where are their friends? At the local corner club or trade house. In Vardenfell, look for friends in Balmora, Aldruin, Sadrith Mora, and the foreign quarter of Vivek.
A Children's Onuad, the Onuad Paraphrased, an early religious book providing a simplified version of the Onuad creation myth from the mythic era. The first ones were brothers, Anu and Padme. They came into the void, and time began. As Anu and Padme wandered the void, the interplay of light and darkness created Nur. Both Anu and Padme were amazed and delighted with her appearance, but she loved Anu, and Padme retreated from them in bitterness. Nur became pregnant, but before she gave birth, Padme returned, professing his love for Nur. She told him that she loved only Anu, and Padme beat her in rage. Anu returned, fought Padme, and cast him outside time. Nur gave birth to creation, but died from her injuries soon after. Anu, grieving, hid himself in the sun and slept. Meanwhile, life sprang up on the 12 worlds of creation and flourished. After many ages, Padme was able to return to time. He saw creation and hated it. He swung his sword, shattering the 12 worlds in their alignment. Anu awoke and fought Padme again. The long and furious battle ended with Anu the victor. He cast aside the body of his brother, who he believed was dead, and attempted to save creation by forming the remnants of the 12 worlds into one, Nur, the world of Tamriel. As he was doing so, Padme struck him through the chest with one last blow. Anu grappled with his brother and pulled them both outside of time forever. The blood of Padme became the Daedra. The blood of Anu became the stars. The mingled blood of both became the Aedra, hence their capacity for good and evil, and their greater affinity for earthly affairs than the Daedra, who have no connection to creation. On the world of Nirn, all was chaos. The only survivors of the 12 worlds of creation were the El-No-Fae and the Hist. The El-No-Fae are the ancestors of Mer and men. The Hist are the trees of Argonia. Nirn originally was all land with interspersed seas, but no ocean. A large fragment of the El-No-Fae world landed on Nirn relatively intact, and the El-No-Fae living there were the ancestors of the Mer. These El-No-Fae fortified their borders from the chaos outside, hid their pocket of calm, and attempted to live on as before. Other El-No-Fae arrived on Nirn scattered amid the confused jumble of the shattered worlds, wandering and finding each other over the years. Eventually, the wandering El-No-Fae found the hidden land of old El-No-Fae, and were amazed and joyful to find their kin living amid the splendor of ages past. The wandering El-No-Fae expected to be welcomed into the peaceful realm, but the old El-No-Fae looked on them as degenerates fallen from their former glory. For whatever reason, war broke out and raged across the whole of Nirn. The old Elno-Fae retained their ancient power and knowledge, but the Wanderers were more numerous and toughened by their long struggle to survive on Nirn. This war reshaped the face of Nirn, sinking much of the land beneath new oceans and leaving the lands as we know them, Tamriel, Akavir, Atmora, and Yokuda. The old Elno-Fae realm, although ruined, became Tamriel. The remnants of the Wanderers were left divided on the other 3 continents. Over many years, the Elno-Fae of Tamriel became the Mer, the Dwemer, the Deep Ones, sometimes called Dwarves, the Chimere, the Changed Ones, who later became the Dunmer, the Dark or Cursed Ones, the Dark Elves, the Bosmer, the Green or Forest Ones, the Wood Elves, the Altmer, the Elder or High Ones, the High Elves. On the other continents, the wandering Elno-Fae became the Men, the Nords of Atmora, the Redguards of Yokuda, and the Sieski of Akavir. The Hist were bystanders in the Elno-Fae war, but most of their realm was destroyed as the war passed over it. A small corner of it survived to become Black Marsh in Tamriel, but most of their realm was sunk beneath the sea. Eventually, men returned to Tamriel. The Nords were the first, colonizing the northern coast of Tamriel before recorded history, led by the legendary Ysgramor. The 13th of his line, King Harald, was the first to appear in written history, and so the mythic era ended.
The designations of gods, demons, Aedra and Daedra are universally confusing to the layman. They are often used interchangeably. Aedra and Daedra are not relative terms, they are elvish and exact. Azura is a Daedra both in Skyrim and Morrowind. Aedra is usually translated as ancestor, which is as close as Cyrodiilic can come to this elven script. Daedra means roughly, not our ancestors. This distinction was crucial to the Dunmer, whose fundamental split in ideology is represented in their mythical genealogy. Aedra are associated with stasis. Daedra represent change. Aedra created the mortal world and are bound to the earth bones. Daedra, who cannot create, have the power to change. As part of the divine contract of creation, the Aedra can be killed. Witness Locan and the Moons. The Protean Daedra, for whom the rules do not apply, can only be banished.
Let's take a water break. I don't want you getting dehydrated now, eh? Let's take a water break. I don't want you getting dehydrated now, eh?